like me, I'll ask like, didn't you have this temptation actually to keep
Yeah,
playing? So I'll be
yeah, keep
it's
on
like
gambling. Yeah,
interacting, yeah, keep
yeah,
on gambling.
I can
Hmm.
explain.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's podcast. We are part of the world of the awakening, and by sharing our experience, we help people who are interested in the human evolution, who are in the search for happiness and joy, asking themselves this fundamental question about the nature, the true nature of the life. So we'll help share our with people. So, hello, Yeva.
Hello.
Tell me about your awakening experience.
So the first awakening experience happened when I was 23. So it was the first because I had a couple of them, and it happened this way. I was walking down the street in a beautiful, beautiful summer day, and I was just after heartbreak, and each cell of my body was in immense pain, and this pain was actually spreading in my body and starting to take over all of myself from the top of the head till the tips of the toes. And was hearing the car buzz in my ears, and the sun was shining on my face. I felt the beams on my face, um, and at one point I felt like I full with emptiness. I full with emptiness, and somewhere here in the middle of the chest, I started to feel this vibrant, life energy, like very alive. It felt like a bit like a river, like a stream of the river, and it started to spread all over the body. And I started to feel more and more alive. And this energy was actually alive. It was not like something what is not me. It was at the same time me, and at the same time not me was whom I can communicate. And from this alive and vibrant space within myself, I started to perceive the world around me differently. The buzz of the cars was not annoying me anymore. I started to feel like a very pleasant vibration out of the sound was actually the sound was I was actually perceiving the all my body. I looked at the sky, and the sky was amazing. It was like deep blue color, and I felt like it was uh, it was inside of me, and I was really living through this color and this depths of the sky. And I got a bit worried and scared what was actually happening there.
Sorry to interrupt you here. It's a very interesting story. I would like to introduce to our guests who are watching us on YouTube. So today we have our main beautiful speakers is Yeva and Roberts, and today they will share about their experience of awakening and going beyond. So back to you, Yeva. So what were you scared about?
No, imagine. I was I was just normal person suffering and having this huge pain, and like with a snap of the fingers, like I stopped suffering, and I was just in a blissful, amazing state. And and I was perceiving the world totally, and I got scared that I went mad. And the funniest thing that I actually could communicate with this energy within myself, which was at the same time me.
Mm.
And I asked, I felt that it is life actually, like which is awakening within me. And I asked the question, like, please help me, please guide me. Am I going mad or what? And it was really interesting because I started to feel the answer. It was not in words, but it was in a feeling way. Like I felt the answer. At the moment, I was passing down the casino, and the life guided me into the casino to try it out and see and see if it's not just my madness or illusion. And I never was before in the casino, so I was a bit confused and scared, but I went in, and it was in middle of the day. So imagine in the casino, usually people goes in the evening. So I went there, and it was like a very old building, but very beautiful one. And there were like guys sitting there gambling, one with a card, another one was a roulette, and I went inside there and I stopped in the middle
Mm.
because I was confused where to go because I don't know. I actually didn't know any games.
So what was the reason again going to the casino? You wanted to check whether you have what connection with your life, or you wanted to test
Yeah,
your intuition, I guess.
the reason why I went there because life was guiding
Mm.
me there. It
Okay.
actually didn't explain me why I'm going there.
Mm.
So I just listened because I didn't have any choice. I just wanted to make sure if I'm not mad. And the guide led me
Mm.
to make sure if I'm not mad. And then I saw one guy was sitting down there and playing cards, and he noticed me. He was around 50, 60 years old, and he called me like, come, please, could you sit close to me? Because I'm losing already 2 weeks.
Mm.
And could you support me? And I like, okay, maybe you will bring me luck. Well,
Mm.
like in the movies.
Mm.
So I sat down beside him, and I started to feel like some kind of life energy was in my hands, and there was cards in front of me, and he asked me, show me which card to lift up. And I went through these cards with my hand, and I actually felt that this card, and he lifted up, and he won. And and then again he put the card, and again I checked it out with my hand, and again I won. And I was like amazed, what is happening? Like and everybody were amazed, were sitting and looking at that. And this way it lasted for half an hour. So each time I went through the hand and picked the card, we were winning for half an hour. And after half an hour, I like felt, oh, okay, so it is really real. I
Mm.
actually feel the reality. It's not like I feel something fake stuff,
Mhm.
but I really feel stuff. And then um, I thanked life. So I made sure I'm all right. And the guy gave me, I remember this time, 50 euros
Wow.
for guiding him through, and he didn't want to let me go, but I said I need to go, and I left.
But didn't you have temptation to stay or maybe come back and continue gambling?
Actually, not because with this awakening, with this awakening, actually, mm, I was not anymore uh, this mind, but I was more than that. I was the space, I was this consciousness, which was aware that this is all what is happening. It is for me to make sure that everything is all right with me. And my goal in life is to go deeper within that and to become more aware who am I. And this is nothing to do was going and gambling, and it was something. It was really clear. I was using at this moment already mind as a tool, and it was not actually even disturbing me. So, like, I was like very conscious person at
And
this moment.
why did you think that you were going mad? Was it something strange, natural, or why? What made you think that there is something wrong with?
Because, as I said, my perception totally changed, and I started to perceive the world not through my mind, but through this energy which is within me, and it is like it is my soul, it is who am I, and the mind was just the tool which I could use. So I was perceiving the sound, the colors, people differently with all my essence.
Very
So.
unusual.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it is. And then I went to my grandma, and she has always opened the doors really cheerfully, say, "Hi, come, let's have some tea." And I sat down. And what was a surprise? She was telling like these old stories, like always, but I was hearing what she's actually meaning beyond that. Beyond that, she was actually meaning, oh, I feel lonely, I need love, I need care. And I was actually feeling that was all my essence, uh, like what she's really meaning. And I was observing this all, fully like understanding everything what she wants to uh, convey to me. And at the end of the conversation, she was really happy. She was all shiny, happy. It felt like she was more open to this life than before. So, so it was really interesting.
And what happened next? Have you managed to develop these skills, these senses, and go even deeper or use them somehow for your daily life?
So it, it was really funny because my grandma had actually two canaries, two birds, and one of them died, and she was kind of making sounds, and I felt beyond these sounds that she's missing her friend and so on. And I felt like I could communicate with this bird. And the bird come down because before he was really like making lots of sounds and flying to side and really confused. And then he looked at me, he calmed down, he chilled down. So I felt like you can have this communication which with any living being, because you communicate beyond the world of forms. So you kind of connect soul to soul, and then there is this connection. Yeah, and afterwards, my journey lasted for 2 more years. So the life actually was guiding me through what next step to take, or what to do, how to go closer with life. So it's actually showed me that that I have lots of tensions within my body, lots of blocks, and the life can't just circulate really freely to myself within myself. So I was placing my attention on those places where there was a tension, and then this tension was releasing, and then the life was guiding me through the Bible. Actually, it was not like I was reading it, but I was just opening the any page and reading the sentence, and this depth was opening up beyond this sentence. So there was some not much sentences I read, but and I was going then there and static and was bringing it to my actually real life. So the life was guiding me that look at the people around you. I looked to the people around me, and so what you feel, So, and I started to see that the mind actually putting the labels on the people. This is fat, this is that. And life said, like, look, so you labeling it. So look beyond that. And I looked beyond that and I started to feel that it's just the energy which is part of me. And this is me who is separating myself from the world.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And yeah, by the way, for people who are watching for us online on YouTube, it's a live transmission. So if you have any questions, feel free to write in the chat. So I've got this chat open next to me and we'll try to cover. It's a very fascinating story of Yeva, and we'll continue, we'll get back to it. And I would like to ask our second guest, Robert. So, what was your story about the awakening? So, how it's all started for you?
Well, while I was listening to all of this, what they have said, I already feel jealous, I guess, in a way, because I was chasing this awakening for tens of years, really. Like for me, well, my life was also pretty much regular, I guess, which I didn't enjoy that much. There was maybe not a lot of suffering, but there was a lot of, you feel like you're just kind of squeezed in this like tiny box and you're living from there. I had lots of tensions inside. I could not fully express myself. I could not live fully. And for me, it was like, well, I guess that's the way that life works. That's how I will live my, like up until I die, I guess. Okay, what else there is to do, because I didn't see any kind of exit from this. I didn't know how to get out of that, like no options at all. And then somehow I stumbled upon, well, I stumbled upon many things, but if we turn to awakening, there was a point when I started just watching satsangs on YouTube. And the masters over there, they talk about, well, awakening. They talk about being into the depth of the present moment, being aware of who you truly are. And when you are truly aware of who you are, then, well, life is much more colorful. It's much more free. It's much more happy. And I kind of felt that. I felt that, and I decided that, okay, I need to awaken. I felt a glimpses of them a little bit, but like to fully awaken, fully break through this, tensions and that life that I'm not satisfied with, and to live in this, total connection with life, total connection with yourself. It's like it's tasty. It sounds tasty to me, and yeah, pretty much I was starting, I guess, chasing this by watching more satsangs.
Did it help?
A little bit. In the beginning, it did. In the beginning, it did, because it kind of opened up this idea to me that like you can actually live through this, um, and that my idea of awakening is, yeah, watch more satsangs, like kind of immerse into yourself into this, apply this knowledge in life. So basically, being aware of yourself not only while watching satsangs, but basically when you go to work, when you're shopping or something. I was like all the time kind of trying to, okay, I'm aware of myself now. I'm aware of myself now as well. And it's like I was trying to basically stay in this. More with my mind, but still some kind of glimpses of openness, some glimpses of, well, this ability to finally at least start breathing normally and kind of live normally. I started to feel them. And yeah, basically I was watching lots and lots of satsangs while waiting, well, when it will finally happen, because somehow not happening.
Many people, I think, get this feeling that this awakening is contagious, that by watching or being in the next to a guru, you can get awakened. Maybe that's true, but maybe for some
It happens like
people,
this.
yeah.
I saw again some people on YouTube which said exactly that. I was next to my master, I awakened, like I'm all good now. And I'm like, okay, lucky you. So but yes, like in the beginning, it does give you this freedom and kind of direction where to go, but that's basically that. like
So you had
some
this
extra
massive
step.
desire to awaken. I mean, have you searched for any shortcuts how to achieve that, get there much quicker? Or
Not really shortcuts. Not really. I didn't know what shortcuts could there be. Um, I did try some psychedelics, but it was like aside from this story. But it was also with the aim that, well, maybe I'll get some experience which will again break me free. Like I will not have this tension anymore. I'll start like I'll realize something which will like click something in me, and then, oh, okay, I can start living now. During these psychedelic trips, this stuff did happen, but after it ended, well, it ended,
so
and
it's
nothing
just a
really much changed.
temporary thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So and you were looking for something permanent.
Preferable. That would be good. And yes, I stumbled upon another satsang, which was in the form of interview. Like there was a girl who was interviewed by another girl, I think, and that girl was just awakened. Like she went through some retreat and she awakened, and she was telling about it, how everything is simple and happy. That's how she feels, simple and happy. And I was watching her and like, yeah, she looks simple and happy. I want to feel the same thing. And then I found out what retreat she went to, and turns out it's like it's from a community which is nearby. It's actually in Riga, and I was also in Riga. And I'm like, okay, I guess that's not really a coincidence.
But do you think that, as Eva said, the life was also guiding you? Would you say that?
I couldn't, no, and not at that point. I was trying to guide myself because life was like, I don't know, it was putting some blocks in me and putting these tensions in me. And it's like, it was this, there's big separation between me and life. It was like I needed to do something in order to improve, I guess, my well-being. But there was I didn't have this notion that I needed to somehow, well, merge with my life or kind of accept it or be open to it or communicate to it. To me, it was something just separate, which, yeah, throws stones at me. But yeah, basically, I got to this retreat as well, with the hope, okay, I'll awaken there for sure. But I did not awaken there. But I got some insights which showed me that, well, there is a way to awaken, but you need to make an effort for that. And for that, it was news to me, because what do you mean effort? Like all these masters say, drop all the effort, just be in the presence. Like wherever you are, you stop, observe yourself, and well, magic will happen. It's like stop chasing stuff. And there they said, you have to work for this. You need to be dedicated to this goal. You need to connect with your life. You need to serve others. You need to help other people. And to me, it was like, what do other people have to do with this? What is this? Like, it's weird. But at the same time, somehow, I still, something within me made me stay in this community and I guess explore more what that is. And during the retreats where I was not participating, but I was volunteering actually with translation, at the end of this retreat, I finally got awakening experience, which lasted for a week. Quite long and quite profound, I would say.
Was it during the retreat or was it after the retreat?
It was after. When everybody left, I needed to assemble some technical equipment, and then I got my phone. I read some messages from work, which were quite negative, and I was reading them, and I'm like, oh my God. Okay, I feel down again. Like all this retreat energy is down the drain. And somehow something within me like decided, okay, you observe this. You observe this sensation. And once I did that, somehow this energy kind of transformed within me, and I sensed something that I noticed that my mind is not sensing this. Like mind can't capture what I am sensing now, but still I'm sensing this. So I put attention to that, and it kind of started growing and growing, and it was sort of a presence. like presence that is always here. It permeates everything. It is like the basis of everything. And it was so rich, like so vivid. And I was like, yeah, I was like that, a bit of in a shock. I went in the first floor where there were a couple people. And they looked at me, okay, something's happening with you, I guess, yeah. And I'm like, there is this presence. This presence, it is everywhere. a bit like a madman. But they also they kind of felt this and they looked, okay, well, tell more. Well, it's yeah, it's liberating. Like this squeezed box, this tension, which I always feel, it's like it was not there anymore. And Ieva also was there, and she asked like simple questions. She asked, "So, with what you are watching now? With what are you looking in the world?" And I'm like, "That's a weird question, but okay, I'll try." I wasn't watching at the world with my eyes. I was watching this world, like this, everything I see from this presence. Basically, that presence is watching itself.
And where is the
Okay.
presence located? Is it somewhere in the
It's
space?
all over. It's like it's everywhere. It's really everywhere, and I felt this everything everywhere. Um, Same with listening. Like, what are you listening with? I said, with the same presence. It's kind of it's perceiving itself, and I am that which was like perceiving itself. Yeah, and it was profound because you can't imagine this. You cannot imagine how it is to be in that, to feel this, but it is so liberating. Like it is so like fulfilling. You are like fully fulfilled just from the fact that you are present, that you exist, you are here, and that is it. There's nothing else that you need. And yeah, in this state, it faded a little bit out after a while, but it's still in that state. I lived for a week. And during that time, I also realized that it's amazing, it's alive, but it's not always positive. You might seem that it's like you'll get just blissful states and blissful things, and you'll just be enjoying life to the fullest. But in a way, yes, but not fully. Because, for example, when fear comes, when stress comes, and I needed to go to work at that period as well, and then some stressful situations appeared, I felt that these stressful situations, they're more like vivid. They're actually more kind of deep. Um, but at the same time, I was not lost in them. Still, that presence is like it captivates everything. It's not covered by these fears anymore. You're not content, like you're not you're not lost in them.
And then you said that it's slowly starting to fade away. And
Yeah.
have you tried to return to that state or do anything to, or maybe go to another retreat?
I don't even know. Yeah, it faded, and I'm not sure why. I'm not sure how it is regulated and what decides like, okay, you will get it, you'll get it for a week and you'll get it permanently. Like, I don't know how that works. But yes, it faded, started to fade. And I felt, well, there's nothing much I can do really about that. Because the first fear that I got actually is that it will pass. Within 5 minutes of this amazing awakening thing, the fear came in that, oh, what if you lose it? And I'm like, oh no. And then I got into this kind of, again, this deep kind of fear, which was, it was deep, but again, it was not everything that, there's much more than this fear. That's what I'm saying. It's not stopping you to do anything. But yeah, that fear came about losing the state, and then, well, I basically let it go. Just whatever happens, happens. Like you just continue, well, living and striving to, well, get there again, or striving to maybe get even further and higher and do well, whatever is necessary to do that.
That's very interesting. I was listening to you, wondering that the life seems to be very, very smart, and it gives us these glimpses, these experiences, and in some cases guiding us. And sorry, I've got a question to you. Yeah, well, Robert's experience lasted for about a week, and how about you? So you were 23, you were in this amazing state where you would feel the life, and so what happened after that?
Mm. Yeah, it was really nice now to listen to Robert's story and to feel it, to experience it within all of myself, and to remember those moments where I was also participating in his awakening story. So, yeah, for me, it was like I straight away felt this connection was alive and I felt the guidance. So maybe it was very deep awakening, I could say it this way. I felt that this is just the beginning, and I just became aware that I'm the soul, the space which permeates everything. And I started to feel that I want to go deeper, closer to life itself. I want to feel it more and more. So it was a feeling like you're coming back to someone dearest for you, so dear that there's nothing else in this world so dear like this. And I kind of forgot about it, and now I remembering it. And because I had this yearning to come back closer to it, life started to guide me and give me some hints through the books, through the people, giving me answers within myself. So I was making those steps one by one, one by one. And actually, it was leading me to become more united with the world around me, actually not criticize others, to understand what is beyond that, that everybody wants just the one thing, to be loved and to love, and to be taken care and to care, and to be the best as they can. But people just forgot about that, and they are in those blocks and tensions, and they don't feel this life within themselves. They don't feel themselves. And from that comes this understanding, and there's no more judgment, and the judgment becomes less and lesser judgment, more you feel it all, more you closer to the life, because life is not just like what you feel inside of you. Life is each person in front of you, each subject in front of you, the way you are holding, the way you're caring of, you taking the cup, you putting the cup. So it's all the communication with the life itself, because this is just the illusion. It is just the forms, and beyond the forms, it's actually this life. And what you touch is this life. This is God. This is God. This is God. So everything is God. This life. So becoming aware what you bring into this world, and you're trying to give more and more the best of who you are, actually to help this world to become aware of who it truly is, because people around lost, asleep, and when you finding the ways how to help them to remember, this way more life energy goes through you, and you become yourself more awake, more aware.
It feels quite amazing that actually feeling the life and transmitting the energy. But as far as I remember, you asked for the life to stop that experience.
Yes.
Why was that?
Yeah, why was that?
Some people are searching for it, and you're asking that, no, I don't want this.
So more I was actually going this path, more I was listening to life, more I felt this inner fulfillment. And it was at some point, I felt like each cell of mine was fulfilled with this love, care, this I don't know, with everything what I could wished for in my life. And it was overwhelming me. And I was sharing and taking care about everybody, giving all my best all the time, non-stop, making everybody happy. And and uh, and at some point I understood that more I give, more happier I am. And then at this time I was working on the cruise ships around America. um, I was in my room and I was laying down on the floor and I felt like all of my body is full of this life energy and I can't handle it anymore. It's like too much. It's too much of this goodness, too much of it. The physical bodies actually can't handle it anymore. And I started to communicate with life within myself, and the life actually um, uh, conveyed to me that to move further on, I have to learn to convey this knowledge to other people, how to awaken. But I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know how to help people to awaken. I didn't know how to tell them about it. And I got a bit lost. And that's why and this way, the way I was going, I could not go on because I couldn't handle anymore this much light. So that's why I asked life to have the break until I will find the like-minded people who going the same path as me, who wants to start living from this life, living from this God fully, uh, and uh, and then together to move down this path. Uh, yeah, when I asked this, and I asked actually not to be fully not awakened as to be half awakened. So I remember as now, like I was the space around and permeating everything, and then I kind of collected myself together like in a box, and I became halfly aware. So part of me was in the box and part of me was around. So and this way I lived for 10 more years until I found out about the World of Awakening community. I saw some videos on YouTube about awakened people, and was the first time when I found out that this is what happened to me was awakening.
How many years ago did you find about this community?
It was, I don't know, like 7 years
6 years
ago.
ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think you can ask life to give you this full awakening now since you have this amazing community?
Yes, of course. So you can. So with this community, through retreats, through the serving, I awakened again fully, and now I want to go deeper. So, uh, so I have really to focus and to make this decision, like really strong decision, actually to go really deep, because from that depends everything. So if you set yourself this goal and you make decision and then you start acting, there's no way it's not gonna happen. It will happen.
So your goal is to go deeper
Yeah,
into
yeah.
the
So
present moment.
yeah, because there's nothing else, just this. So this is all is just created for us to go deeper, to know life more, to become aware that you're this amazing creator which creates everything, and start living it.
How
fully.
about you, Roberts? What's your goal now?
Still to awaken deeply, but deeply. I had some, well, I can get easily to these states when I'm aware of myself, but it's like, I guess, not tasty enough or something. So I decided that, yeah, the depth of this awakening, it is also very important. There's also like one reason which I also, by being in this community, noticed why is that not happening with me, is basically I was convinced that I want to awaken truly. Like I'll do everything for awakening. But actually, if I'm honest with myself, if I look within myself, um, I don't really want to awaken that much. Like the state which I'm in now, it's much more comfortable, it's much more pleasant than it was before, with all these tensions. So something within me kind of decided, no, it's kind of fine like this. Deeper awakening it would be good, but even this state is, oh, it's fine, and that's actually a huge trap. It is a very, very big trap. Um, so in order to get anything done, in order to, well, awaken deeply, in order to connect with your life, to get, like, to live through the God, you need to totally decide that, yes, I want this. I want this every minute of my life, and I will dedicate myself for this. And that is the key, because this kind of half curiosity thing, it would be good. Well, it's actually fine now. It will not get you anywhere. So if we talk personally about me, basically this is what I need to work on. This is, I need, I guess, sit somewhere to kind of look within, and we'll figure things out. Like, why is it that I don't really want to get that deep? Like, what does it take for me to change this? What approach do I need to take for that? It's about this. And I think it's not only about me, it's about everyone. Everyone who wants to get somewhere, who wants to achieve something. If you haven't achieved it yet, it means you just don't want it enough.
Interesting. And what do you think? Maybe question to both of you. What lays beyond the awakening? Is there an end to that, or what's
I
next
think
after
Eva
that?
knows an answer to this question.
Maybe I would like to add a little bit about the decision itself, how much it's important. I totally agree with Robert, that without taking this decision fully, you're not really moving anywhere. And when you take this decision that this is the most important thing in your life to awaken or to go deeper, only then the life starts guiding you. Only then. You actually start feeling alive guidance, like you're really aware of it. Like, uh, and and then you can't change it. You have to take those steps that the life is guiding you, because you took a decision. To take decision, it is equal promise. It is not like, oh, I take decision and next minute I forgot about it. It's like you made a promise and you actually aware of this promise each moment of your life.
Made a promise to whom?
You made a promise to, how to say, yourself, to the life. Yeah, so you make decision for yourself and you made a promise to yourself. But because you are more than this body and the mind, you are the space, you are this life, so it is kind of you making this decision for, I don't know, you promising to God, I don't know, to life, but it is equal. You and life, it's equal. You just become more and more aware of that when you go deeper.
Mhm.
So yeah, it is really, really important from where you can start the path actually. And and it is all about what is beyond awakening. So beyond awakening, if you want to go deeper, there's the path. There is a path, and you're also taking decision that you want to get closer to God. You want to get closer to life. And if you're taking this decision, the life starts to guide you, and you stepping over your ego, you're working on yourself, you serve, you like in this case where I am in the World of Awakening community. So we're passing on the knowledge that this exists. So this knowledge is there, that which and methodology is there, which helps you to awaken step by step, and to move deeper, deeper and deeper, and become more and more aware of who you truly are. So I had lots of like different insights, how it is when you go deeper, but it depends where we move now.
In many traditions, there is always a guru, a master, or a teacher. Why do you think it is important to have a teacher or someone who would guide you? Why can't you just rely on the life itself?
So the teacher is actually our teacher is a self-realized person who already went out of samsara wheel, and he's guiding us through the methodology, through together with the team. He's guiding us through that all, and it is really clear. So if you want to become like a professional in any sports or in anything in life, you having the teacher who is guiding you, and you can get there much faster than by your own, by yourself. So it's very, very important, the environment, methodology, and the teacher who is really already done this path where you're going.
There are many teachers, or there are many people claim themselves as enlightened or fully awakened. So how do you know that this is your teacher? What makes you decide that I'm gonna follow this path, for example?
So
What was for you and for you, Robert?
I'll begin.
yeah,
Okay.
start.
For me, it was I in the beginning had this that like there's inner teacher only. Well, this is I have my intuition, my kind of gut feeling that leads me to the life. There are in the previous podcast I did mention for our, I guess, very attentive viewers. They might know this already, but when you rely only on your inner gut feeling, inner some judgment, inner heart, as you might perceive it, you might make mistakes because this kind of inner gut feeling can come not through your gut, let's say it like this, but through your mind. It can very well pretend that it's your heart. It can very well pretend that it is leading you to the correct way. And a teacher is somebody who, like, factually, he went through this whole path. He knows how to do it quicker. He sees this and he's guiding you, like, no mistakes. And if you follow his directions, you will, well, pretty much get there faster. But you will also see that sometimes, well, his directions are not really aligned with what your internal heart is telling you. So you will need to overcome this. You will need to overcome your mind, your ego. You will need to kind of expand your limitations in a way to get there. And that person can do that. And in the beginning, for me, it was hard because I didn't get the teacher at all. I did get his students, though, who were awakened. And there's also a saying that basically you can evaluate a teacher by his students. And that sounded logical to me, logical enough. Okay, that makes sense. That well, yeah, I'll try the same way as they did, as these students did.
Interesting. How about you, Yeva? What made you to decide that you want to be with this community? Do you have this 100% trust into the teacher, or there are some doubts still mind has?
So actually, life itself guided me to the World of Awakening community, and I was actually asking life already for 3 years before I find out about this community, that I already want to awaken again, and I want to go down this path. I was praying every day, like for 1, 2, 3 hours, that because I really wanted to come back on this path, going deeper. And can you imagine it took me 3 years actually to get there. And when I saw these videos on the YouTube, these awakened students talking, I got straight away, this is why I stopped and I want to move further. And oh, okay, so there's methodology, this is the teacher and so on. Also, like Robert didn't get the teacher at the beginning, but I felt the life is guiding me there, and I trusted, and I went down there. So, and I actually feel that I'm in the right moment, in the right place, and also the teacher gives us so much this life knowledge that I can't even handle. Because before I was getting this life knowledge from the books, just little tiny drops, like there's Concordia to Lives. There was getting some wisdom pieces which resonates within. You read something, oh, okay, this is what I needed. So then I can take a next step, and then you listen to music and you got insight. Then somebody told you something, you got insight. So, and now this all guidance happens through this life knowledge that teacher conveys, and you can move as fast as you want. You don't have to search somewhere to look something. It is all there. It just depends on your decision, and it depends how fast you want to move, and that's it. And this is all for you there.
Yeah, when I was going through the same search, I went through different teachings and satsangs myself, and there was this inner desire to find the teacher. That's what brought me to this community. And what I learned myself, and what also Ieva and Roberts told us today, that you find the community, you find the teacher, you find the knowledge and everything that you need, but you still carry on doing this inner work. So this little fire, you never let it to stop. That light, you never let that light to stop shining through you.
It
And
is, yeah, I'd like to add, it is an important moment because even if you find everything, if you have a teacher, you have like-minded people, you have environment, you can still be sleeping in these old things.
comfortably.
Totally.
Comfortably. Yeah.
So the biggest thing here is that inner desire to go through this. And these three things, they help tremendously along this way, if you have this desire.
This inner search, never stopping inner search, and the desire which you have to fire it up by yourself, and all the time the search, how to go deeper, how to get there, and all the time stepping over yourself, and that's it. So, and this other things that Robert mentioned just helps you. Yeah.
Is there anything else would you like to add or say? I've got few minutes left till the end of the podcast. Maybe there's something burning in you that you want to, this is what I want to share to the world, to the space.
So actually, the most important thing, if you really want to awaken, is to make this inner decision and to follow it whenever it happens. So, and then where this journey starts. So if we want to awaken.
Well said.
And if you can't make this decision yourself, you can't awaken yourself, help others to awaken. That's how the light works.
Yeah.
So thank you, Ieva and Roberts, for your amazing experience. I know it's much more deeper. We probably covered maybe 20 or 30% of the experiences and challenges and all the difficulties and beauties that you went through. But yeah, the time is up, and we'll see you at the next podcast on Tuesday. Thank you for joining us.